Mike, learning how to talk, take 87. Guys, you would not believe some days how hard it is to do these videos. And today just happens to be one of those days. So I'm just going to keep going and probably edit the crap out of this thing, and hopefully I can get it on. Quick update. Okay, I lied. Take 88. This is an update on the budget build, 86 Ford F150 short bed. I'm going to post a photo or a link or something of the... Lied again. Going to post a photo of the before of this engine compartment. Now guys, I got about $100 in this engine compartment, start to finish. I've still got a few things I got to do. I've got some wiring I still got to straighten out. I literally pulled a 5-gallon bucket full of wire out of this engine compartment that one of the previous owners apparently ran for speakers under the hood because there's speaker wire. Stuff for fog lights, and I mean there was just crap everywhere, and it was hacked 7 different ways to Sunday. So we've got about 95% of it straightened out. I've still got a few little things I got to do. Got to finish assembling it, but I mean, if I didn't say before, I've got about $100 into this thing start to finish. The only thing I actually had on stock is the braided hose cover. I have a big roll of it sitting on the shelf, so I used a little bit of it on this. I got the wires, the boots, new cap rotor plugs. We do a lot of car shows in the summertime, and hopefully with this COVID stuff, we'll be doing more next year. We're a little bit better set up. I've got a couple GoPros now, a drone that I got to figure out how to fly, so we could do aerial photos, and we should have some nice content for you coming this summer of all the shows that we go to. But at these shows, a lot of them have the swap meets, and that's where I get a lot of my stuff. The wires, they're Excel Super Stock wires. I got those for $20 for a set. The spark plugs, the Excel Super Stock spark plugs, found them for $10, brand new. Well, hopefully they're brand new, you know. Apparently they're brand new. You wouldn't put used spark plugs in a motor. It's coming along good. Now, when I bought this truck, it had the chrome air cleaner, the aluminum intake, the chrome valve covers, but they're rusted 7 different ways to Sunday. So, I mean, a little bit of polishing and, you know, afternoon in the garage, scrubbing the crap out of them. They came out decent. They're not show quality, and this ain't going to be a show quality truck. It's just something we decided to do. We cleaned up the alternator, the air conditioning compressor, excuse me, power steering pump, pulled all the pulleys, sandblasted those, painted those, same with the brackets, same with the engine compartment itself. I've got 2.5 cans of paint in the black and about a can in the blue. Still got about half a can, 3/4 of a can of the blue. So this is meant to be something that you can do a little at a time in your garage. You can take your daily driver, pull it in the garage, or pull it underneath the tree in the yard, and slowly work on it. This is a little bit more in depth, but it is what it is. I'm hoping to have the body ready for paint by the first of the year. I've got a lot of it stripped down, and we'll show you why. I'm taking the whole thing down to metal. If you look down here, and the whole body was like this. What it is they rattle canned it with some kind of rubber coated paint, and it's just flaking off. And you can see, if I can get the camera in here right, that's not rust, it's not Bondo. What it is it's that rubber coating is just awful. And below the rubber coating, it's got rattle can black on it, and they primed, or not primed, but they Bondoed over the paint. So that, and all they did was the trim holes. But they didn't even sand anything down. They just Bondoed it right over the paint and then spray painted it black. They didn't even sand the Bondo at the time. the filler. They went right over the pinstriping that was on the car. So I figured play it safe. I'm taking the whole thing down to metal. And basically all we're doing is we're cleaning the truck up. We're making it into a nice truck. Frame is about a quarter of the way done. I got the back part done. Got to drop the front tank probably this afternoon. Going to clean that out. They had everything jury rigged. They had an electric fuel pump on the rail that was hacked into the wiring harness. And part of the problem was I got the back tank. Back tank's here and it's cleaned up. It's ready to go back in. I'm going to put it in this afternoon. But I pulled this apart, tested the pump. The pump's fine. And what it was is a little piece of hose that connects the pump to the fuel line is just, I don't know if you can see that. I mean, this thing's crumbling apart in my hand. And there you go. So I replaced that. I cleaned everything out. Like I said, tested the pump. Pump works fine. I got to do the same to the front. We got the shocks and the sway bars off. It's getting new shocks in the back. New sway bar links. I'm going to paint the sway bar. And then we'll just keep working our way up. I'd like to have this in epoxy. Yeah, I'd like to have it in epoxy real soon. Once I finish getting it in epoxy and I can start on body work, I'd really like to paint this thing early spring. Hopefully sooner, but I'm trying to be realistic. A lot of times you look at these projects and you're like, man, I can do that in a couple weeks. And then you start tearing into it and you find this and you find that, and it all takes time, and you wake up in the morning and you're sore from the day before and you don't move as fast because you're old like me. So very little body work. There's a couple small dents. The trim holes need to be filled up and she'll be good to go. The bed needs more body work than anything. I ordered the patch panels for the bed. I got to get that stripped down. Once I get this in epoxy, I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to bring the bed in here and start working on the bed. I got to strip it down, zip in those patch panels, do the body work to that, get that in epoxy, and then we'll be good to go. It's going to be a two-tone paint job, and a little nervous. I haven't shot a car in over 20 years. I haven't laid paint in about 20 years. I'm not a professional. I'm just a DIY guy. So I'm going to get some guys that, I got a couple buddies that do it on a daily basis. I'm going to try to get them over here and be here for when we do shoot it. And we'll have all the videos in this. I got to get this out of here because it's the only bay I have that's workable. Right now the garage is full of stuff because I'm cleaning out the other garage. We're going to be doing a video once we get started. After I finish cleaning out the garage, we're going to put a small spray booth and powder coating oven in the other garage, and we're going to be doing our own powder coating for a lot of these smaller pieces and stuff. I'd like to build an oven big enough to do rims and maybe a rear end. We'll just have to see how it goes, and I'm still kind of researching doing the ovens. We got a lot of content coming up. We got a lot of projects that we have that we got to get moving on. We've got the two Mustangs that are buried right now with all the shit from the other stuff from the other garage. I'll try to edit that. We've got the Pontiac Coupe. That's a long-term project, but we're going to be doing some stuff to it over the winter, so we'll have content on that too. We've got, God forbid, another project. It's a sickness, people. Let me tell you. I'm one of those guys that cannot turn down a good deal, and if it's stuck in front of me, I usually end up getting it, as long as the wife ain't around. We've got a 64 Dodge Dart that we're going to be doing, which I'm actually going to surprise my son. I'm going to give it to him when it's done. Hopefully He's a senior this year. Hopefully I can do what I want to do to it by his graduation. And then once he graduates, what the game plan is, COVID pending, everything's COVID pending. We're going to do Route 66, man, in that car. So we'll be doing all the content for that, and we'll bring you guys along from start to finish, and you can cruise Route 66 with us. So stay tuned, like, and subscribe, even if it's just out of pure pity for me not being able to talk today. So I hope to see you guys soon, and I'm going to get at it, and we're going to get some more content out to you. You guys have a good one.